Salutations, citizens! A very excited Jackman here because today we are playing Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise. Now, I'm just holding on the title card for a little while because in Deadly Premonition 1 there was a cutscene that played that was important and didn't play if you just went into the game. So I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes. Then I'm going to go into the config, because I haven't done that yet, and I definitely need to, and then we'll play. Alright, I think if it was going to be something, I would have done it by now, so let's go into the config. So I've been advised to turn down the sound effects a little bit, because, I mean, I know what you're thinking, really? Deadly Premonition, audio balancing, oh, couldn't fathom it. But yeah, apparently there is still... it's going to be an odd sentence if you're coming into this completely blind, but the skateboarding noise is apparently quite loud. We'll see if we get to that in the first episode. Oh, there's a tree. Makes sense. Oh, as all normal, I will try not to talk over cutscenes. I forgot my own rule at the start there. Although it was just a picture of a tree. That wasn't actually a cutscene. This is a cutscene, and I will stop talking. Okay, that is a strong opening. Oh, look at those crispy clear Xbox 360 era graphics. I love it. I'm so excited.
God damn it. What a way to start the new year. At this rate, I'll be dead by Easter.
Quiet down, Agent Jones. You're on the clock.
Okay. I don't...
Quiet down? Ha! You have any idea what you've done? I'd be half naked in Havana right now if you hadn't shown up. Soaking up some rays, surrounded by a harem of bikini queens, a mojito in one hand, and a seafood slathered Havana-style
gonna have to
pizza
talk over this.
in the other.
Sorry, Simon.
What did I do to deserve this?
I have no control over it. I am controlling this, but
the
really all I'm doing is holding
issued
forward.
A special order.
I just want to draw special attention to
How
the
could
turn.
I forget? A special order to rob me of my well-deserved vacation.
Look at that. Oh.
You want pizza? I'll buy you some pizza. You can find that junk anywhere.
Whoa! Hey! Hold on a minute. What did you just say? Pizza is not junk. Pizza is a sacred food, bestowed upon us by God himself.
I mean, they're going hard on the food.
Right now.
Again,
this is sheer blasphemy.
Apologize to who? Pizza or God?
Ha ha! You think you're so clever. Maybe if you'd eaten pizza this morning like a decent person.
They're really going hard on the food talk early on, which I'll point
only
out.
Cut my finger because I couldn't find a left-handed can opener at the hotel.
Which
Normally,
wasn't
I would never
a
make
thing
such an amateur
from
mistake.
Deadly Premonition.
Oh,
It was a
well,
D4
if
Dreams
you want
Don't
me to
Die
get into
thing.
gear,
York
then
wasn't
just
really about
feed
food.
me some pizza, okay?
We must act unfaithfully and abandon our ideals again and again. We cannot advance from one period of life into another without causing these pains of treachery.
Can I open the
Nietzsche,
door soon,
again,
please?
Please, spare me.
I don't want to open
ears
the door in
start
case it interrupts the
Ever
conversation.
since the moment you got here, it's been nothing but Nietzsche quotes.
The worst enemy you can meet will always be yourself.
I said knock it off. I prefer pizza to philosophy. Want me to dial the number for you?
Come on, Agent Jones. It's time to get serious. Your 4.5 years of hard work are finally about to pay off, and all you're focused on is this nonsense?
Pizza isn't
there was
nonsense.
a lot of dialogue.
Quiet.
As you wish, Mother. My lips are sealed. Happy now.
Okay, finally, thank you. I can open the door now. I was right to pause, because it would have started a cutscene. Why was there so
Agent
much
Jones,
dialogue for that
don't let him
tiny
take
section
control
of
the
stairs?
conversation. The moment you let your guard down, he'll strike. And no red, remember?
It's open. Come on in.
Oh, I probably should have mentioned this. If you haven't watched the Deadly Premonition 1 playthrough I did, or played Deadly Premonition on your own, or watched someone else play Deadly Premonition 1, probably should be watching this, because I imagine there'll be some spoilers for that game quite early on. Probably a bit late to have mentioned that now, but I just... yeah. Just an FYI. Oh.
You have questions for us. That's why you're here, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, just that entire shot is a pretty big spoiler. Okay, so I actually have... No, I still don't actually have control of this. This is still... I can hold... I don't even know why they're letting me control this. They're not going to let me walk around. This is David Young's apartment, by the way, from D4 Dreams Don't Die. I don't know if it's just... I'm really curious because they showed this in like the very first trailer. So I'm really curious to see whether it actually is David Young's apartment or whether it's just an homage / asset reuse. Probably not asset reuse, actually, because I can't imagine Toybox have got the assets. So, an homage. My owl water. I was drinking that.
Mr. Morgan, before we question you, allow me to first read you your rights. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Please keep that in mind as you speak. Do we have permission to film this?
It's weird they did an introduction
worry,
for
my
Alaya
fairy.
when she hadn't actually introduced.
They're free to do whatever they like.
Hadn't actually introduced herself yet.
Something wrong, Mr. Morgan? I'm FBI Special Agent Aaliyah Davis, and this is...
Simon Jones. An analyst from the Boston branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
Oh, hi.
Seriously.
A Southern belle and a lonesome loser who can't catch a break. Quite the uncanny duo. You'd be the perfect stars for the latest video game.
Ho ho.
Isn't that right, my fairy? How many years has it been since someone came to chat with us? Oh, but don't ask me about my fairy. That's a private matter.
It's hard to tell what he's thinking, but my eyes can't be deceived.
So there's a lot going on here. So I like as well that York gave up smoking at the end of Deadly Premonition and just to take up weed. And it's nice also that he's replaced the made-up personality in his head with a new apparent made-up personality. I'm looking forward to finding out who his fairy is.
If he's hiding something, it'll come out in his face.
Okay, let's have a look around. So I've got a difference between... I don't know what the difference is between look and inspect, but...
Letters of appreciation from the governor and the Department of Justice.
It's weird that the one on the left doesn't capitalize Zach. Just putting that out there. I'm just trying to see if I can... I can't actually read anything other than big text, really. Sorry, I actually leant forward to the screen there, so if I went off mic slightly, that was why.
They're caked in dust as if he doesn't even care about them.
He's got them hung up. That's, something.
You solved many difficult cases across your career.
Oh, I see. That's what the difference between... So, look is look at them, and then inspect is ask questions about them.
Utilizing your own unique M.O. You've expertly cracked cases that were otherwise thought to be unsolvable. According to our records, after joining the FBI in 2002, you quickly solved 2 drug ring-related kidnapping cases. In 2003, you solved the inside-out flesh skinner case in the suburbs of Pittsburgh.
I'm trying to remember what York said his first case was. What was it? It was the... wasn't it the surgeon who put all the organs inside... Yeah, who put loads of spare organs inside of people or something.
In 2004, the Jeffrey Dahmer wannabe case in Milwaukee. And also the stuffed human collector case in St. Louis that very same year. Then, in 2005, you coincidentally happened to solve the Lise Clarkson murder case while on vacation. You went on to solve many other cases after that, all of them seemingly inexplicable. Did you really solve these cases all on your own? There are no records of you using a wide-scale investigative team or working with anyone else. How did you ever accomplish such monumental feats all by yourself?
It was all thanks to our talented partner.
Partner. The FBI files show no record of you ever working with a partner. Do you mean you worked with some sort of unofficial partner or an outside confidant?
Do the FBI records not mention him talking to the voice in his head? Because he did that all the time openly.
Our partner is our partner. We've always worked together. Besides, Belle, you're forgetting one important thing. After the St. Louis case, we stopped by a diner on our way home and caught Thelma and Louise, 2 highly sought-after fugitives.
Ooh. You can use visions to acquire important hints to help you proceed through the game. Okay. So, alright. I'm just going to look at
This
the other
smell.
stuff.
It doesn't surprise me at this point, but it'll be problematic in court if they decide his testimony is unreliable.
I don't think... would have caught if you were a pothead. I don't know
I
that they
won't
do.
get another chance to talk to him face to face like this. I need to get him to stop smoking that for a bit. Francis Zach Morgan. He was once an FBI special agent, an extremely talented one. At least that's what they tell me. Perhaps he was a little too talented.
Okay, these are the only things I can look at. I'm gonna hold L. I don't understand what that accomplished. Hang on. Can we do that again? That just made everything red. Whatever.
Excuse me, Mr. Morgan. But would you please refrain from consuming that while we speak? I'm talking about... Yes, that.
You don't need to worry about us. Don't get in our way, and we won't get in yours.
Unfortunately, questioning doesn't work like that. Our data needs to be consistent. Now please put out that stinking indulgence right this minute.
Why is she not using the word?
What if we say no?
Then I'll put it out myself. Using force.
Whoa, whoa, Aaliyah. This is Morgan's house.
Why does he have that milk taped together? Sorry, I can't. I'm trying to. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in his house here. He has a tire and some crates, but the milk being taped together is probably the most suspicious thing.
Besides,
so far.
it's legal in Massachusetts for individuals to consume cannabis in the comfort of their own homes.
Well, see, Simon says it.
And I mean, come on.
It's medicinal.
Exactly.
Okay, I still don't understand what this does.
Hey, Belle. Why are you dressed so handsomely?
So I forgot I had to press the button there.
What are you talking about?
The thick black accessory wrapped around your neck. That's a male necktie.
Come on,
The
you're
color black represents confidence and interest in the self.
2020, I
And-
think, or thereabouts.
Your decision to wear a male tie symbolizes your declaration of war against a predominantly male society. Or perhaps it's a psychological barrier meant to hide the weakness that dwells deep within your psyche.
I like that there's just, we're talking about her tie, just this as an excuse to have this long shot on her chest.
We admire your bravery.
I thought you retired from profiling.
Bullseye, huh? You're an easy one to read.
In order to think with society, a man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears. Don't judge a book by its cover. For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful eye for people. Or did all that smoke and kill all your little gray cells?
Okay, Aaliyah, that's enough. She's smart, but she's also more of a shrew than she lets on.
Agent Jones, that's sexual harassment.
I say, these people are all very rude to each other.
So, Belle, Does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
He's more dangerous than I thought. I can't read him. I'll just have to assault him head-on with questions then. First, I'll try using the files on the table to shake him up.
Okay, we will do that, but
Stage
first we'll
4
do the other
progressive
things.
malignant tumor.
Oh.
How do humans behave when they know death is just around the corner?
No.
And what if that human is also a high-functioning sociopath?
Seems a bit mean. I mean, he's definitely odd, but I don't know. Maybe we'll ask about it.
Mr. Morgan, may I ask you a question purely out of curiosity? If it makes you uncomfortable, just let me know. And I'll retract it.
Belle, what's wrong? You sure put a lot of effort into that approach.
It's a question about death.
About this body?
Are you afraid of what's coming?
Think carefully about why we're smoking this, then ask us again. Honestly, we're not afraid. Rather, we find it intriguing.
Intriguing.
Yes. Belle, have you ever been to the Grand Canyon in winter?
No.
In the dead of winter, the Grand Canyon is terribly cold. Colder than you could imagine. A cold that no photograph could ever express. The sun, powerless, and the temperature drops below 0, right in the middle of the day.
Meaning?
Meaning, you can't really understand something until you experience it for yourself. If you want to learn more about us, you need to gain more experience. Well.
Okay, I don't understand any of that, but thank you, York. I'm
An
gonna look at your
ornate
chess game.
antique chessboard. Looks like he stopped halfway through the game. But who was playing with him?
No, ask about the chess. Stop going to the files. We want important
That
things to ask
chessboard
about.
looks rather old. And you can't even buy those ivory pieces anymore.
Right. They were banned by the CITES Treaty.
That was made in France in the 1900s. We know it's in bad taste, but the weight of the ivory just feels so good in our hands.
You play chess alone?
Is that a crime?
No. But it's a hard game to enjoy when you're all by yourself.
He's probably just replicating famous games. Or trying to solve problems from a chess workbook. Right, Morgan? I may not look it, but I'm actually a bit of a chess nut myself. When I was in school, I used to pore over every issue of Chess Life, the magazine published by the U.S. Chess Federation.
Well, unfortunately, your guess is completely wrong, Agent Jones. He isn't replicating a famous game, nor is he solving workbook problems. There isn't a single chess book to be found in this apartment.
That's a stack of records rather than books. I mean, there are literally books just to the left of where you focused on. I feel like that would have made more sense to focus on that, but okay.
And I didn't find any chess-related websites in his internet history.
I love the Yorkshires have posted note that says hello. It's just sort of, oh, hi, posted note. Why would you write that? Like, Even at his craziest, I don't know why he would write hello to himself on a post-it
He
note.
was simply playing chess. All alone.
Oh, look, York's been invited to Smash Brothers. That was a dumb joke.
So... what's wrong with that, Belle?
Yeah, you play chess by yourself, you always win.
I don't understand it. How could a single human being seriously play as both sides?
You just publicly confessed to stealing personal data. Seems like that's a much bigger problem.
Oh no, everything was done in a perfectly legal manner. We simply happened to intercept a handful of data being sent out from an unknown origin.
Ooh, now she's really trying to scare us. Did you hear that, my fairy? Serious nightmare fuel.
What's the triangle? There's like a triangle imprint on the dust in the table. Is that not... Hang on. Let me try using my vision. Nope, it just made the triangle go red. Okay, cool. I still don't understand what the point of that is.
These files are from the case that took place just outside of New Orleans in 2005. The agent who handled the case was Francis Zach Morgan. And now he's sitting right in front of me. Do you remember the homicides that took place in Le Carré, Louisiana in 2005?
We solved that case.
Your report states the following. By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited while on vacation. You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement and took over the case. After several more homicides, you managed to apprehend the perpetrator.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
That's just the plot of the first game.
We stole the right to investigate from them, just as you said.
Well, minus the holiday bit.
It all started when the body of a 16-year-old girl was discovered. You arrived in Le Carré immediately after that, didn't you?
We just can't seem to keep ourselves away from dead girls.
It's a weird thing to say.
Did you really visit that town just to take a vacation?
We don't know. If you already have the report, then we suggest you read it, Belle. Either way, that case is closed.
Closed. You sure about that? Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
Come on. No need to beat around the bush with us, Belle.
Oh, I wondered what that noise
They
was.
found Lise Clarkson's body. It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
After 14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim. Do you know what this means? That's why we're here. The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson. This is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it? The body that went missing for 14 years was suddenly discovered frozen in a warehouse. This is some kind of message from the victim to us.
Is it? I feel like it's a message from the killer.
We're pleased that her body turned up. Deeply pleased.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body suddenly surfaced.
I think you can still do that. I think you can still say, well, she's presumed dead. It's been 14 years. Hey, I was right.
Aren't you curious about the details?
Body or not, we already solved that case. Lisa's body can't change anything now. And it certainly has nothing to do with us.
I suspect the body was stored there rather than abandoned, due to the unnatural state it was found in. She was found frozen in a storage unit. Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she disappeared. In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause of death.
Well, good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful she looks. At first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim at all. She looks more like a piece of art, or a mythological figure from a painting.
This keeps getting better and better.
Better and better?
Isn't that right, my fairy? A corpse as beautiful as a goddess. Sounds just like our story. Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. So this is very, God, why I can't remember her name. I only played this game I only played Deadly Premonition 1 a month ago. Well, replayed it. No, I don't know if it begins with an E. Not Erica. Oh, why can't I remember the name of the woman from, Deadly Premonition? Well, not that important.
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's hiding something. I may be able to get what I want if we go deeper into the documents.
No, let's look at the chessboard again.
A halfway finish. I think he was. If it was merely for entertainment, it wouldn't be a problem. But I know that every action he takes has its own special purpose.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if
especially
it was
now that his remaining
just say the same
time is
thing
limited.
again, but it's different. So
Who is it? This my fairy character you keep speaking to.
literally the first thing he said was, "Don't
You
ask about
can't
her."
see her. Such bad manners. You barge into our apartment, yet you don't even care about who else is...
Dissociative identity disorder. In the past, it was known as multiple personality disorder.
I don't mind that it's letting me control this dialogue here because it means that I can stop and talk, which is all I do, really.
You were subjected to an internal probe only once during your career, correct? They suspected that you had DID, but you denied it. And no problems arose during your test. Is this how you dealt with the psychological profiler back then, too? Saying strange things, weaving unrelated matters together. Is that how you slipped through?
You're free to draw your own conclusions, Belle.
I mean, she's pretty spot on. So yeah, I looked at a poster, and then I don't know, I looked at found some gum, and that led me to the killer. You know how it is, FBI work.
But my fairy clearly exists. She's been sitting right there, on your lap this entire time. Hey, stop it. No violence allowed in here, Belle. Wouldn't want to scare my fairy, now would we?
So hang on, if Emily, if that's who he's talking about, why does he keep looking up when he talks to her? I'm gonna do this thing again. I still don't understand what the point of that is.
Isn't there someone else you should have talked to before coming to us? Such as...
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson. You look surprised. I thought you already knew. After all, you visited Louisiana last week. We assumed you met with her during your time there.
Oh, the plot thickens slightly.
We haven't been to Louisiana. Not in 14 years.
Is that so?
We've been right here in our apartment this entire time. That man is our witness. Aren't you, Simon?
He's right. He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve.
It's a weird day just to say. Well, why was Christmas Eve any more important a day to go outside than any other?
Which means that I didn't get to either.
Are you positive about that? I took the liberty of checking some airline records. Last Friday, the name Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight out of Boston. This is the fake name you used to use as an agent, isn't it?
A mere coincidence.
Yet that's not all. That evening on the same day, a man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an '89 Cadillac from a small used car lot in Le Carré. He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and strong. The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mysteries. And they always have the most bizarre timing.
Incidentally, on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard in Trenton, New Jersey.
You can find that type of car anywhere. Isn't that right, my fairy?
See, he looks up. She said he's sitting on her lap. He should look at her lap. I mean, that'd be weird still, but... Okay.
He didn't so much as twitch when he saw the picture of the body. He's even tougher than the rumors made him out to be.
Yeah, York's seen some shit. He's, I mean, this is quite inventive, you know, a woman cut up into pieces inside a frozen corpse and kept inside a storage container for 14 years, but, I mean, still.
But I was prepared for that. And if my hunch is right, he's deeply intertwined with this case. Far deeper than what my superiors think. You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all these old files.
Everything happens for a reason.
The moment Lise Clarkson's body was found, we did the best we could to start our own local investigation. But there wasn't much we could actually investigate due to the damage caused by the hurricane.
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked in the warehouse.
Of course. We questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees who staffed the warehouse and its owner. But we still have yet to obtain any key testimonies.
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case, if you ask me.
Not to mention how bad the timing was. Most of the employees were on vacation.
So, you gave up on the investigation and came to see us instead.
This opening section's taking a really
That
long time.
warehouse, that man, so incoherent, such a pain.
Hey, are you talking about the guy who managed the vault where Lisa's body was found? Yeah, I think he started working there in 2005. Remember, Aaliyah? You said he was a pain to deal with, too.
The large man, yes? No need to answer, if you don't want to. I'm sure you've already put him under surveillance. Textbook FBI protocol.
Morgan's right. Everything happens for a reason. Even this messy room. There must be a reason for it.
Yeah, I mean, you threw some of the stuff on the floor when you came in, but I guess you're just tired.
Especially when it comes to those strangely tidy spots. They're practically begging me to question them.
Oh, okay. Pile of DVDs. Oh god, he's going to talk about movies if we ask him about that. Okay, let's look at this empty
Poly
box.
MVA supplements. And a home IV kit. It's probably filled with highly concentrated vitamin C.
Is that... Did you get that from the... Well, actually, it only says vitamin on the top. Vitamin? Vitamin?
He said that being on the verge of death is intriguing. But then why does he have such an elaborate home medical care setup? How does he truly feel?
This is empty.
Do you
box,
like fresh
but those
vegetable
are
juice?
IV bags.
Why would you think that?
There's a juicer in your sink that hasn't been washed yet. And do I smell the faint fragrance of baked beans?
Baked beans count as vegetables? I don't know that they do.
You didn't use much salt, did you?
What are you implying?
You just told me that you find impending death to be intriguing. That confused me. When I look around your room, all I can see are the many ways in which you're resisting death. Poly-MVA treatment, highly concentrated vitamin C IVs, fresh vegetable juice, vegetable protein without salt, gallons of vitamin D milk for fat and calcium.
Not mentioning why they're all taped together in a weird square.
The
Nope, cool.
ambivalence, yes.
What?
Two contradictory emotions, mixing, coexisting together. An adult, mature mind is never satisfied with only one response. It's common sense. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Okay. Let's look at his DVDs, because now we can have a
DVDs
chat
are
about
all over the
movies.
place. I know that he's a shut-in, but this still seems like way too many for one person.
Really? Does it? Because I've got about that many. In fact, I've probably got more than that, and I don't watch DVDs that often these days.
And I've never heard of any of these titles before.
Yeah, well, that's a copyright reason.
A stinking indulgence. And a massive DVD collection. You must live a very comfortable life.
He's really big on police dogs. I'm just reading some of the titles now. Aqua Time 2, Circus Show, Imperial Dragon, Low Sky, Deep Sea.
We're retired, remember?
Retired in your 40s.
Because he's dying.
I'm envious.
Because he's dying.
But who doesn't love movies, Belle?
I'm not a fan.
Oh, that won't do. You should dedicate all the free time you have to watching movies. It's practically an unwritten law. Films guide us. Films are filled with every important life lesson there is.
Is that so?
For example, They Live,
Yay.
1988, directed by John Carpenter. That film taught us a valuable lesson. Always put on your sunglasses before a fight.
You know, you've got a point. Movies teach us about everything we need to know. I learned about the right way to eat frozen pizza from Cobra. It's one of Stallone's best films. Before that, I wouldn't be caught dead trying to eat frozen pizza. I thought it wasn't fit for human consumption. but that film changed my life.
Simon, that has nothing to do with the film.
It's like someone's finally engaging York in his bullshit movie talk, and he's just pissed off, and he's like, no, you completely missed the point.
You're just talking about pizza.
Alright, let's see what this triangle
This
is.
room's a total mess. But certain spots look perfectly clean. Is it just a coincidence?
Well, no, it's just there was probably something there that he moved.
No. There are no coincidences with this man. Mr. Morgan. I found several spots in this room that look strangely clean. Did you tidy up a bit because you knew we were coming?
Those are sanctuaries.
Oh, there was one on top of the fireplace down there, look.
They've existed from the start.
Sanctuaries.
That's right. Sacred places. Hovels for pure souls, if you will.
Were there originally objects in those hovels? Something you didn't want us to see?
The soul's still there. We haven't touched a thing. But we know you can't see anything.
Oh, wait, maybe I can use my red vision on
Hey,
it.
Simon. Don't touch the sanctuary.
Sorry.
That's a sanctuary. Don't ever touch it again. You've been watching us for 4.5 years, and you couldn't even figure that much out?
My bad. It's my first time actually coming inside, you know.
You're earning far more than you deserve, then. What were you doing all day in that black Suburban?
Hang on. So he was watching him from a car, but he lives on the... we went up several flights of stairs to get to his apartment.
We thought wiretapping was your specialty. Don't tell me. Crossword puzzles. What do you think, my fairy?
So why he was wiretapping a man who lives on his own? He just, I mean, I guess York does talk to himself a lot, so that's probably a legitimate strategy with York. But who wiretaps someone who lives on their own 3 stories up in a car in the street?
4.5 years. All that time, and what does he have to show for it?
Crossword puzzles? No way. Come on, I thought you knew. I'm a
Word.
Sudoku guy.
Oh, I was going to go word searches.
Agent Jones.
Oh, right.
He's completely taken control of the conversation. At this rate, we'll never get anywhere. I need to press him some more.
I feel like we're not actually asking any important questions. I'm just going to do this one more time. No. Okay. I thought maybe that would, show something in the triangle, but I think I did it earlier, and it just made the triangle red.
Agent Jones. The briefcase isn't even that big. How long does he intend to keep that up? Does he have pizza menus stuffed inside there or something?
What's that thing in the jar behind him? I hope we find out.
Agent Jones? Did you find the files?
Hey, Green Veil.
Mr. Morgan, do you recognize these files?
Oh, we've gone into full cutscene now.
Whoa! Ow!
We told you. That's a sanctuary.
Let him go! Assaulting an FBI agent is an obstruction of
told you.
justice!
We told you. Go. Ah! Stay back. Stay back. Sanctuary. Down.
Savannah! Ah! 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 Yeah.
Oh, 'cause of her blood.
Mr. Morgan? I cut my finger with that can opener this morning. I thought I stopped the bleeding, but it seeped through. How could I be so stupid? Everything should be fine now. I'm sorry for being so careless. I made sure to read through your file and learn about your condition. The color red. Such an unusual thing to fear. Please, accept my deepest apologies.
I'm sorry too, Morgan.
Yeah, I stepped on your can of owl water.
I don't know what I was thinking. I'll never touch one of your sanctuaries ever again. And no more red, either.
Don't ever touch one again.
Man, what happened to him since Deadly Premonition?
I told them not to. Why would they do that? Make them go away. Sanctuaries.
I can hear what he's saying. I don't know why they've just got the subtitles as muttering.
Now, may we return to our discussion?
Oh, don't worry. I won't let them touch you again. I'll keep them away from us.
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the color red.
Yeah, he had a rough time.
And I believe that fear is connected to the Greenville case.
Hang on, I need to go and look over here. I mean, it's taken a really long time to actually get to the game.
Here's another empty space. What does the word sanctuary really mean to him? Hovels for pure souls? This is a very large shredder. Is there something you don't want people finding out about?
Good question.
It comes
But
down
we never
quickly.
know when some curious civil servants may come and sift through our trash now, do we?
You're already retired. What are you so worried about?
It from back when we were still on
sorry.
duty. Didn't they bang that into your head when you were up in Quantico? Some habits are hard to break, no matter how hard you try.
Could you tell me what exactly the word sanctuary means to you?
Sanctuaries are sanctuaries.
Triangles weren't that important in
Nothing more and nothing
Deadly
less.
Premonition.
That doesn't explain anything.
Why do you wish to know?
Just curious.
Belle. You're a much ruder person than you initially seemed to be.
No, she came in really strong.
Don't you agree, my fairy? What do our sanctuaries have to do with the investigation? If you're out of questions, then how about just going home?
Hey, mind if I jump in here?
What is it, Simon? We hope you've got a real question for us.
Well, actually, I'm also a little curious myself. No one's supposed to touch any sanctuary, right?
That's what we said.
What about you, though? You can't even touch them yourself? Are there any extenuating circumstances?
What are you getting at?
I mean, I doubt if any of this really matters, but if no one can touch the sanctuaries, then how do you clean them?
That's a good question. Okay. We're not gonna get an answer then, I guess. That's cool.
The files on the serial killings that shocked Washington State in 2010. Officially titled the Greenvale Case.
Oh, not the Raincoat Killer
But I
murders or
thought I'd
something.
take out files from a case I first heard about on the news.
I'm interested, it's curious to see, because obviously the game ended when the case ended. I'm curious to see what York actually reported.
Mr. Morgan, I'd like to ask you some questions about this case now.
We don't want to remember that town.
I'm sorry, but there's no way around this. I remember hearing about this case on the news when I was still a student. A high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered and the FBI stepped in to take over the case. I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation due to evidence found in the victim's throat. Is that correct? After that case, you went on sick leave for 2 years. And when you returned, you requested to be switched over to desk work. What happened?
That's a private matter.
I shot a demon who might have been controlled by a dog after he put a plant in my girlfriend. I told you there'd be spoilers.
None of your business, Bill.
Were you traumatized? It's a common problem with prolific agents such as yourself. But there's another possibility that may make more sense. Perhaps you simply finished making preparations.
What are you getting at?
Thinking too much about something will always turn it into a problem. The Greenvale case. Don't you think it resembles the Luke Carre case?
Read the report. We have nothing else to say.
I just need one more push.
Okay, one more set of questions
One
where
more
you can
thing
actually
that can summon up the past.
get into the game. Clock in trash, honeycomb in jar, picture of a leaf. Okay, it was definitely the
Looks
clock
like
in the
another
trash.
old antique. He collects milk cartons but treats valuable antiques like trash. What's going on in his head?
Are we going to ask about the milk cartons?
The silver clock in that trash pile. Is that an H5?
That's right. John Harrison's 5th chronometer, completed in 1770. After many years, he completed it and presented it to the Board of Longitude in order to end their feud with him. That's only a replica, of course.
You like clocks?
Clocks are amazing. Prime fruit of the human race's intellect. We took the invisible idea of time and manifested it in these.
Yeah, I love clocks too. Absolutely fascinating.
I disagree.
Oh? Why?
Time is valuable precisely because it can't be seen. Yet nowadays people can't tell what time it is unless it's measured in numbers. Talk about idiocy.
I mean, nowadays, people have had clocks for years.
I don't mean to side with the Board of Longitude, but remember, humans used to cross oceans with the stars alone. We have our eyes to read moon charts and study the sky. We don't need clocks.
What if it's cloudy or storming?
We've got a Zoom meeting. I can't just look at the sun and go, I mean, maybe? I guess I'll just get in the waiting room and wait.
All you need is courage and a love for adventure.
I'm guessing Elia's late for meetings quite a lot.
Hear that, my fairy? Courage and a love for adventure? Come on, Belle. Surely you know how many lives have been claimed by your pals' courage and adventure.
Hey, hold on a second here. That board of longitude thing, what the heck is that? I mean, I've heard of it before. I'm an FBI analyst, remember? I just sort of can't remember it right now. I know what it is, really. I'm telling the truth. Come on, Aaliyah, back me up here. Aaliyah?
I like how he keeps asking questions for things that I was like, I'm actually quite interested in knowing what that is. And then just everyone
A jar
ignores
of
him.
honey with honeycomb inside it.
Oh, okay. Well, it makes more sense as a jar of honey with honeycomb inside
There's
it.
nothing strange about it, but it still gives me a weird feeling.
Yeah, why isn't it a jar of pickles? That's what you used to eat.
That's royal jelly.
Huh?
You were staring at the jar, weren't you? Do you find it strange that there's honeycomb inside? We wanted to harvest royal jelly in its most natural state. The queen's main food source, created from the worker bee's secretions. It's a perfect food, filled with power, meant to fuel the birth of the next queen.
I've played a lot of games with honey in recently.
By absorbing it into our own bodies, we too can acquire that power. Incidentally, did you know that all the worker bees are female?
No.
Guess they didn't teach you that at Quantico. Male bees are only born to inseminate, and they're born from unfertilized eggs to boot. They have short lives and don't even get stingers. Sort of feels like a glimpse into the future of our society, wouldn't you agree? Women are gifted with the power to conceive, give birth, and nourish their children. But men are consumed with the job of providing women with the chance to do so. If women no longer had to rely on men for the seeds of life, they would soon cease to desire them, we believe. Be careful, Simon.
Huh? Of what?
Your Belle's already stolen the reins from you.
Hey, backwards thinking, York. Come
A
on.
picture of a leaf. This isn't just a picture of any leaf. It's the most important leaf.
I don't remember any of the leaves being important in Deadly
The
Premonition,
belief
but okay.
in truth
Oh, the belief.
begins with the doubt of all truths in which one has previously believed.
I thought she was making a pun. This is the most important leaf. Belief.
It's time to get down to business.
Okay, I think
Mr.
we're
Morgan,
finally
please look
gonna
at this.
start.
What did we just say? We don't want to remember Greenvale.
This isn't a photo from Greenvale. Look closely at it. Former Special Agent Francis Zach Morgan. This photograph predates Greenvale. It's from the Lucare case you worked on in 2005.
Red tree.
Oh.
Red tree.
Yes, a red tree. Greenvale wasn't the first place you saw one of these. The Greenvale case and the Lise Clarkson murder case. They're connected by these red trees, aren't they?
Red trees.
Answer me. What are these trees?
Red trees.
I want the truth. Tell me everything you know.
It's quite complicated.
The red trees. You really did your homework. Well done, Belle. You're good. Damn good.
Are you ready to talk now? I want to know what went down in Le Carré in 2005.
Fine. We'll tell you. We'll tell you what happened in that town.
Yay!
Yes. It was that red tree. That red tree ruined my life.
Okay, so York's life was already ruined 5 years before he
It
went to
was.
Greenvale.
It was a sultry summer day. The sun comes down hard on you in the south, like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers. It all started back in that sweltering summer. We still had our best friend with us back then. The other me. My better half.
Yay, the game's actually starting now. We're only an hour in. Audio mixing in this game is terrible. I actually Googled... Look, me and Polly are the only people here. Look how much food she's made. She is and this hotel is massive. Like, you saw the size of the corridor when I was running down. This place... Look at this! Why... How has she made this much food?